Hey guys, Fusebox here, feeling so much better. And today, well, real quick, we'll talk about a little bit of things going on in the game, and then we're gonna get into Aox. Absolutely a cool hero, better than I thought he'd be. I knew he was good, but we'll get into him. And after that, I'm gonna come to you guys. You're gonna help me pick the next hero that I take up to level 60 for a very specific reason. We'll kind of look at them, go over them. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. But real quick, also appreciate so much the subs, the support. I mean, it means a lot. It really does. And you know, normally it's like a bajillion and $7.99 to actually subscribe to my channel, but for a limited time, for the next few days, 100% off. That's like an estimated savings of a bajillion and $7.99. So you can't beat that. Click the button. I appreciate it. For all the content creators, support them. Definitely, it warms my heart. So let's just keep doing that. I do appreciate it. Throwing it out there, my mid-tier account. Maybe at the end we'll take a glance. It's a ways off, but I do plan on, if I make it to 1,000 subs, giving that away. And when I say mid-tier, we're talking Septimus and Nogdar the Headhunter. It's stacked. It's a pretty good account. But keeping up with 3 is tough. It's kind of grown so far. It's becoming an in-game account. And yeah, I'm tired. The game keeps me busy, but I also want to start bringing my smaller account into the mid-game realm, so I can show I do things as an average player. It's kind of what I do. I'm just like you, not gonna well out. Don't have you know, I've got some good gear. I've got some amazing things going on, but I kind of build my heroes as soon as I get them leveled. Throw them in pretty average gear. Try them out in a few different ways. I play them without books first. It's just what I do. There's plenty of big dogs out there that can show you how to in-game one-shot anybody with the apothecary. So I'm not that guy. I don't know. Maybe we'll try that someday. But I do appreciate it. Honestly, it means a lot. It really does. I know that sometimes I'm absent. I work, I mean, seriously, over 70 hours, at least twice a month. An average week is a good 50 or 60 hours for me. So it's a lot of effort I'm putting into this. Maybe one day it'll pay off a little bit. I'm not looking to change my life, but I enjoy doing it. So anyways, thank you very much. So let's get into Aox. There's a little bit going on in the game, by the way, before we get there. Tournaments. We have a pretty amazing tournament going on. The Tag Team Arena tournament. That's fun, right? Fun. But it is a good reason. Now that you can fully auto, maybe set your teams up, tweak them a little bit, go ahead and earn some points. If you don't have Drexthar, this would be a great way to be getting gold bars and trying to, you know, finally get him. He's worth it 100%. But yeah, it's just lots of fun, right? So I'm at 0 points. Definitely plan on getting at least like 7. So I'm gonna do it. I'm really gonna play it. I just don't have much time, and that's not where I spend my time. That's me personally. I do have Drexthar already, but and also there is a dragon tournament coming up with the special rules. When you see these challenge rules, pay attention. It has to be people in the Galleon Pact. So to win special rewards, I don't know that they're super special, but usually a little better from what I remember than normal. And it's fun. You get to make a dragon team. You can do it on stage 20. You actually could earn more points potentially on stage 20 running through it quickly with less energy. So you know, don't panic where you're at. You don't have to be the best in the game, but you know, it's not going to be that amazing, but a great time to run dragon and try out some new teams, some new heroes. Alright, let's get out of all this no official news, but let's get out of that. Aox, alright, so I don't think he's 100% geared to the guilds or anything, but now I gotta find him. The reason I built Aox, well, he's good, that's one reason, but I've been so lazy on the Lizardmen, because not so long ago there weren't that many that were really worth building, and I just kind of looked over them. They didn't help me anywhere else in the game. Same with skinwalkers, and we're gonna visit them later. That's where you're gonna help me choose who to build up next. I have some options. Let me take care of my dog. The big sweet needs out. I'll be right back. Alright, the dogger is taken care of. So Aox. Let's just look at what he does. Breaking down real quick. He has an A1 with 2 hits. That's okay. 2 hits could help on Fire Knight if you want to bring him for the rest of his kit. Each hit has a very small chance when you book it out, 30%. Not horrible when you're getting 2 hits of placing a big poison. So that, there's utility there. Alright, so his A2, Lore of Restoration. This is great. It attacks one enemy, then it heals all allies for 10% of their max HP. So it's really a lot more effective against, if you're playing with a team of HP champions or defensive champions, but you gave them high defense. It helps him if he has fairly high HP because it's going to heal everybody by 10% of their own max HP. But once it's booked down, a 3-turn cooldown, that's a decent heal to be coming around, and it heals each ally an extra 2.5% for each debuff on the target. So when you attack the target, think if you squeeze them into a clan boss somewhere middle of the game, this is a big heal. Not end of the world, but 10 debuffs up means that's quite a big heal. So he could definitely help you out. He brings 2 poisons along with that. Clan boss isn't my favorite place for him, but he absolutely it's viable there, at least early on, because he also brings decreased attack. Very important on a 3-turn cooldown, which means you can put it up for the 2 initial AoEs and then just eat the stun like you normally do. The decreased attack doesn't do much on that one. But this move is decreased attack AoE. It also has, when it's booked 100% on a 3-turn cooldown, also it breaks a 30% decrease crit rate. This is pretty special. For bringing a decreased attack champion with decreased crit rate, 30%, let's say that the enemies are at 100%. Now you dropped them to 70. That's a pretty big deal. But a lot of the PvE enemies you come up against, they're kind of set at their base stats. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's finish him out. He increases the duration of 2 random debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn when attacked. It occurs once per hit. So the clan boss or affinity clan boss who hits you twice has a chance of increasing debuffs. That's always fun to play with. You can pair him up with a bulwark if you're early game and get a lot out of him. A lot on the clan boss. But on any boss or any enemy in the arena or any enemy anywhere, increasing debuffs just by taking a hit. Definitely an excellent passive. His aura, Doom Tower, he gives you 60% accuracy for your whole team. That's good too, especially in the Doom Tower. If you're not ready to re-gear that team, but you're not landing your debuffs, and they're super important, this guy can fix that just by being your front man. So the crit rate, let's go back to decreasing crit rate. When you go to the index and look up a hero, it doesn't really matter who, we will look up Iron Brago. His initial crit rate is 15%. The game doesn't really pile on the same numbers you do with your equipment. So in most scenarios, they don't have a really ridiculous 100% chance to crit. Now maybe in later Doom Tower, I actually should look up the numbers for you, but I'm going to be lazy one more time. They seem to crit a lot there. But again, 30% crit means that anybody that's at base stats, like on stage 20 dungeons, we're going to go test it out right now. You're just going to wipe their crits away. It's like getting, almost like changing your affinity to the strong affinity. Almost. So let's go check him out. And let's talk about how I built mine for now anyways. Where are you? Aox. And another thing about this guy, he looks happy, right? For a frog lizard man with, I'm thinking that bag is full of eggs. He's kind of happy looking. He's got a little man boobage going on there, but he's not worried about it. Look at him. I mean, I'd put him in a cage and feed him crickets, right? He's pretty cool. Got the headdress on. He's a neat looking character, and they're good at this. They always make him look cool. But think about this. We just got, hopefully you got him, Herndig. Herndig breaks defense. He brings weaken against the whole team. He can put HP burn on the whole team given the right circumstances. He does everything you need, but he's lacking one thing when you compare him to somebody you've been used to playing with, like Stag Knight. he's missing attack down. Well, there's another thing we're going to go test out. Bringing him along to get that little missing piece when we don't have Stagnite on the team. So real quick, let's set up a test. Let's go into... Doesn't really matter what dungeon we go into. Let's go into Fire Knight. They have some hard hitters. We will go to like stage 20, and we're just going through the first wave. We want to see... Let's take some plain Jane heroes. Let me set up a team, and we're going to watch what kind of damage we take with and without his decreased attack. Really, this should be fine. We'll just bring this team. We've got does his aura do dungeons? Yeah, we'll give ourselves a little extra HP. We're gonna die, right? But we're just gonna go in and see, not over the top on defense, but high HP so we can take a few hits on these characters. I do have him on fairly high HP. We'll do his build after this. This is like a test on what crit damage, crit rate down does. So let's start this and get it off auto as quick as possible, because we don't want to be doing our shields or anything silly. We just want to. We don't want to ally protection. We're just gonna hit somebody, and same here. We could go unkillable, I suppose. Block debuffs. We could do that just to keep them from killing us in case they hit us really hard. But here we go. We're going to break their attack. You know what? Let's just hit somebody and take the first wave. Let's see what the damage looks like. Slow it down. 15,000 without a crit. 21,000 strong. We'll just keep kind of poking at these guys. About 12,000 damage. It was a crit. 8,000 when it wasn't. 12,000 on miscreated monster, it looked like. Let's just take a couple more hits. We're taking crits, and we're taking about 12,000 when they crit. Let's see. 12,000, 15,000. They're missing crits without crit rate down too, by the way. So we actually let him die. Did you see that? Alright, fine. We did a little round. Let's get out of here, and let's do this again, but we're going to break their crit rate. Let's see the difference, because that is one of the reasons we're bringing him. We're also taking their attack down on the same move. Should be a pretty big difference. So we're just going to hit the same dude, and we can go unkillable like we did. Same thing before, just to buy us some time. And now we're going to take their attack down, their crit rate down. It hit everybody, thank goodness, because I'm not booked all the way out. He is worth booking. We'll go back over his build in a minute. I just want to do this straightforward test. So here we go. We should start taking hits. A strong hit for 9,000. A strong hit for 9,000 again. We'll just kind of A1 until they do their work. It's obviously going to take a longer time to kill us at this rate. That actually got through. There was a shield up, but it actually took a little damage there. So we still have crit rate down and attack down on everybody. They should start coming through again. Shield moves. Another shield move. So yeah, we're down to like 3,000, 8,000, 7,000. So our survivability goes up quite a bit just by bringing that one move of his. I mean, you can see a strong hit for 4,000. Alright, so let's get out of here. Definitely that one move is worth bringing, right? Okay, so let's go to our Doom Tower and check out what happens when we bring that to supplement our defense break and weaken champ. I'm going to use Herndig, the new guy, and all he's missing basically is attack down and crit rate down, which is a more rare ability. So we can take him out, throw in Aox wherever he is. There's that smiling lizard frog guy, and this is a solid team. As I always, my formula is simple. I want to speed myself up. I want to slow the enemies down. I want to control them, so I have stuns, and I actually have Frost set on Vizix, and she can provoke them. So plenty of control, speed down, speed up. I've got all my break defense, my weaken, a chance for HP burns, and huge damage just in Herndig. And because he fills so many slots, we've got room to break their attack, making us safer, keep their crit rate down, making us safer. And not to forget, he has a heal as well, and he can throw some poisons out with his A1. And let's just kind of watch this little team do their job. Everybody's got a role to play. We'll slow it down just for a minute. We're speeding ourselves up. We slowed the enemy team. We broke their defense. We stunned most of them, and now their attacks down, their crit rates down. We're ready to roll. We put up provoke, so anybody that's not stunned really has no chance of doing anything. And from here, we're going to cycle through as fast as possible, making sure we lock this team up for the most part throughout the entire fight. So let's speed it up. Aox is going to come in with a heal. We don't need a heal yet, so no big deal there. But for 10% of everybody's max HP, which is a decent heal. Extra when he attacks that enemy. Extra, we'll slow it down because it should be coming up. There we go. No, that's his A1. That's his A1. But all those debuffs we have up means a bigger heal when he does heal us. Even better, right? So he has a place. He could come in on the Nether Spider with a very strong support team. Wouldn't be anything fast about it, but you can definitely bring all support, get through the Nether Spider, and that's a great way to. He brings a heal, attack down, crit rate down. He does not attack AoE, which means you're totally safe from hitting those counterattacks. He'll just focus on the boss. We'll look at his masteries. We may try that out. We'll speed it up because it will be a 14-minute fight if we do all basically a very supportive team without a bunch of damage. But he can play a role somewhere like that, bringing the heal to help you out. He doesn't have a cleanse, but we'll have cleanses on that team. But definitely, anywhere you go, he's going to help out quite a bit. So we're going to revive and just go right back through this. Let's speed right through this, and we'll get on to something a little different. So bringing Aox just gives us more security. Throws out poisons when you're against a boss. We'll go ahead and do at least one good boss fight and bring him as a support champion, a healer, bringing poisons for the boss, keeping the crit rate down on the boss, definitely good, and attack down, so important for any boss that hits hard. But let's go back to his build. We need to go over his build. He is definitely, you can have some fun building this guy. You can build him a few different ways, but there are some things that are important. If you want to be able to land your attack down, your crit rate down, your poisons, he debuffs a lot. So we're going to start with, on his build, we're going to start with accuracy. You're definitely going to want to make sure you're hitting that 220 mark at least. Doom Tower, always you can push further. 300, it feels a little bit safer when you start getting into the top of Doom Tower, or you can fix that by throwing him in your lead because he does have 60 more right there, like a small banner. So that's good. Just make sure to start by somewhere in his key. You see, I did it without perception. I'm trying to wean myself off of always needing perception gear or accuracy gear. But don't fret, you can throw perception gear on him. You'll even gain some speed from that. I love it. It's amazing. You can make it in the forge all day long. So definitely don't think that you have to try to squeeze him in the same set as me. Now the shield is coming from, I wanted him to have decent HP. I don't want him to be my target. I need him to be alive. He's a support champion. I want him to be faster than he is, to be honest, but I had to put some gear on him. It's not all rolled up. So I did. He does not do big damage. His damage is based on attack. I went with a defense chest and a lot of HP rolls. I wanted to get his defense reasonable with pretty high HP. That way he heals himself quite a bit when he does his own heal. And if he's paired with another healer, a lot of them will heal off of your max HP. So it's just a great way to stay alive, heal a little bit more. I did push some crit rate. I didn't push it hard. He's not a damage dealer. When I have somebody that doesn't do great damage, I just kind of try to put them in. I try to find crit rate in my rolls, but I don't focus on crit damage. I don't build them out to do massive damage. But crit rate, getting a crit ups your damage enough to make it totally worth it, even on a weak hero, in my opinion. Let me know how you feel about it, but don't push for it. But if you can get crit rolls on decent gear with HP rolls, you see what I was looking for, speed boots with HP rolls. I took the crit where I could. There's a little bit of HP there. It's nothing amazing, but it adds up to what, 53, almost 54,000 HP. 2,400. Well, when he's rolled up, it's going to be better, right? I mean, all this is going to roll up quite a bit more. My accuracy will be higher, which will be better for Doom Tower. Hopefully I'll hit some speed rolls here and there, and on top of that, I did put a crit damage necklace on him, but I happened to get a good accuracy roll, some resistance. His resistance is really nothing. It's not going anywhere, let's be honest. But you know, kind of to be honest, I'm missing speed. This guy really deserves to be faster than 149. But and I probably will play with this gear, but you get a new hero, you put some gear on him. That's kind of what we're working with here. Most of it's rolled up to 12, one of them's 8. So there's a lot more stats to come out of just this gear. I did put the Divine Life, I believe. Yeah, Divine Life. It gives you 15% extra HP, and you get a 15% shield of your max HP. Helps keep him alive. There's 2 sets of that. Definitely makes him less squishy. I don't want him to be a target. I don't want him to die. He's there to support the rest of the team. That's the idea of a support champion. Hang on 1 minute. Alright. So let's real quick go over the Masteries. You can have a lot of fun in the Masteries. The support tree is great. If you can get the accuracy, I definitely want a little more HP on my guy, so I can swing over here and make his heals do extra healing. Drop down to here for even more healing. Anybody that's under 40%, I want him to heal harder. I wouldn't mind taking Merciful Aid, but I did want to get Lore of Steel because I'll probably end up putting at least one set of speed gear on him with speed rolls and change that speed dramatically. And he puts out a lot of debuffs. Always, I like to take Arcane Celerity. It's kind of a way of speeding up a hero that's not as fast as you want him to be. Evil Eye, just a little bit of use. When he does do his single attack, it will at least take some turn meter down. Sniper, especially without the books for right now, but the poisons are pretty low chance. Even with 30%, that makes it 35. Went ahead and took it. Master Hexer, decrease attack, decrease crit rate. I want him to last. Now you could definitely come down the defense tree. You want to land more poisons on a boss. Perhaps you just go for retribution or even deterrence. Make him a little more tanky. Maybe make him take some of the damage from some of the rest of the team to help keep them alive. Not a bad idea. But because I think there are going to be several bosses that I'll probably get use out of him on, I went straight down for War Master. Went ahead and crit rate. The pretty regular path. I just gave him Life Drinker. In case he gets low on health, he'll keep him alive. And then just straight down into War Master. Pretty basic build. We won't spend much time on that. Let's do a fast. I'll do a fast. We'll zip through it, but let's put him in on. I see the Nether Spider being a great place for him. Matter of fact, this team right here is a slow and steady, you're gonna win this fight team. So right now, the only real damage on this team is what is her name? Swive Firstborn. But she brings every debuff I need for the boss, which makes the boss a little faster to kill. But to show how safe this team is, let's throw in Aox with this team. He happens to be the perfect affinity for it. And we'll watch just a little. We'll watch a few heals. Everybody on this team officially can heal, and most of them can revive. We have very little to worry about. This is how you guarantee that you're going to beat this. And even at level 50, Reliquary Tender is absolutely amazing for this boss. And she's geared pretty well too, I believe. She should be fast, fairly tanky. What do we got? For 550, she's 210 speed. Yeah, she's going to do her part. So let's just go in here. I'm gonna zip through the waves because this could take a minute with a team like this. Okay, finally we're here. So this team is going to take damage, which means that we also not only we get to see how he fits in, we're gonna play this through and I'll speed it up incrementally. I'm not gonna make you. It's not gonna be that long, at least to watch. But let's go ahead and hit auto. It should be a full auto team. But interestingly, we have 5 amazing healers on this team. At the end, it'd be interesting to see. We obviously Rector Drath, Seal of the Drakes, Doom Priest have an advantage over the other 2 who have a single heal. But interesting enough, we're doing a little show off here, little showdown. We'll see who can come out with the best heals after this, because we're going to take tons of damage, but we're going to stay relatively full of health because of all the heals. So be fun to see. Wasn't that fun? So there was actually a lot of things I noticed during that really long fight. He was doing a really good job of keeping debuffs, of extending debuffs by taking hits with his passive. It actually was working out really well to keep attack down, some poisons up, decrease crit rate. Pretty much did not see any crit damage come in at all the entire fight. I don't know how much is him or how much is just the normal setup. I'm not sure. But let's real quick. I just so happened to notice he almost did the same amount of damage between poisons and just the crit rate I gave him as Seal of the Drakes, and she does like notable damage, like seriously, and she's in relentless gear, so that's pretty solid. I didn't for a second think he would out heal anybody, especially without books. Those books increase his heals, they increase everything, his damage, all of his moves will be better when I book him out. But he did almost 1 million healing, solid healing, increased all of the debuffs we put up, and seriously put up Skyla, whatever her name is, Seal of the Drakes type damage. That's worth noting. He's an amazing hero. You can use him. He's one of the best attack down champions. If you're looking for attack down, there is. He puts it on the entire enemy team with taking their crit rate down by 30. Don't overlook him, especially because you're gonna need him for that ugly secret room, all epic only Lizardmen and Lizardmen faction wars. Definitely worth using. So he's actually solid as can be. Now, the big sweet. Why do I get her these hard bones? I mean, she makes so much noise. So I'm also struggling in the Skinwalker faction. It's not that I can't make the decision on my own, but this sounds like fun to me. Let's let you guys decide who I take up next for Skinwalkers. Let's go into faction. Let's find those ugly Skinwalkers. I've been lazy on the Skinwalkers. It's just no other way around it. I've been super lazy. So here we go. I've got Fane. That she's definitely good. Brings some damage, some debuffs. I've got Grappler from very early game. Amazing early game hero. Not so much later game, but he will be good on the boss, so I'm not going to get rid of him. Alright, so I've got both the bears. I've got Urson Ironhide, and I've got Urson Ice Crusher. If you want to look them up, we won't go over them. They're both decent heroes. You could check them out in the index. If you have them, you can suggest it just because you think they look cool. You could just try to meme me and tell me to build the worst one. It doesn't matter to me, really. I'm at 550. I've also got Flesh Terror. Actually, a pretty interesting champ. I'm working on Fleshmonger. I think I've been putting copies into him, building him up slowly, because he does bring defense down. Breaking defense is always great. And I guess I'll even go down. Well, we're pretty much stuck with I've got Taurus and I've got Rain Beast. As far as if I went into my, there's no telling what's in the vault. Probably some copies I need to feed to the other ones. Maybe not. Maybe not. Not that many. Yaga the Insatiable, and this guy, a couple of this guy, whatever this guy is. So there's my real options. I've got both the bears, and I, of course, maybe the pair of the bears would be the cool way to go. I need to build up a group. Fane fits in well. Flesh Terror, what is it? Fleshmonger. Yeah, Flesh Terror. There's a lot of flesh going on here. Taurus, I believe he's the one that throws out the poisons. Is that right? Yeah, throws out the poisons at the cost of taking his HP down. Rain Beast is a solid hero, especially like maybe Faction Wars and Arena. So definitely some cool options. Let me know. Hey, if only two of you say something, then you're going to probably decide my fate, right? But don't be afraid to get involved. Comment. Maybe you know something. I've never really built them out and explored them, but you see, I'm actually a good ways down. I've done pretty well fighting through it, but that's because I'm manual carefully through it. But that's the ones I got. I need to bring a few up. So let me know in the comments what you think. Who maybe you know something I don't know. I haven't explored them much. The bears are not bad. They're not bad. But also, tip of the day: we're getting out of this fusion event with Herndig right now. Get ready for the next one. Absolutely something that I suggest doing. Maybe you won't want the next one. I don't know. But then again, they might drop Chuck Norris and he auto kills his move of murder on any single target, but it does it to all the targets simultaneously. The first single target AoE in the game. Right? Heals everybody for all damage dealt. You never know. You never know what's coming. So, they drop a bomb on you, you want to be ready. So if you're ready and you don't want that hero, that's great. You've got a ton of resources. Maybe you want the epics in the next fusion. I believe in the pattern we're going to have a fragment next. They're easier to get, by the way. And if they're not that amazing, they may be one day. That's another trend with Plarium. They eventually do fix legendaries. So definitely my advice for you. Get ready now. Save up silver, save up gems, save up shards, everything, right? Build up those chickens. Gotta have chickens. And let me know what you think about Herndig. If you've got him, he's great. I'm pretty sure that he's just an amazing champ. The earlier he's great for anybody. He's good in game. He's viable. But if you got him anywhere early on, I think you're gonna be more than pleased. I've got him on my mid-tier account at 550 or working towards 550. I put him in a life steal gear, and the dude's insane. He's not even leveled. He's not even fully ascended. I got like 3 ascensions on him. Of course, I maxed him out. Did a guide the other day. If you want to go check that out if you haven't seen it. He's just a great hero. Great hero. But the next one could be great too. And even if he's not, somebody will come up with something cool and you'll wish you had him. And it's just hard to get legendaries. When you can get one on demand, I say take the shot. That's it for me. I've got to grind some potions and just have an easy evening. Guys, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks again for the support. And until next time, enjoy the grind.